Received your salary? Now it's time to make it work for you. Few know the right strategy to turn that money into more than just paid bills. What if you could secure your expenses, invest safely, and still have the freedom to enjoy life? I will show you a routine that puts you in control of your money. This method is not for those who just want to survive between paychecks. It's for those who want to see their salary grow and build their future. Want to know how? Then, let's get straight to the point. Wizards. Pay bills first. Organizing the basics is essential. Keeping bills like rent, mortgage, and utilities paid is the foundation of a stable financial life, where you have control and can avoid surprises. By putting essential expenses at the top of the list, you know that your main financial commitments are covered. And the security of having bills paid on time brings relief and peace of mind, allowing focus on other aspects, such as investments and long-term savings. Prioritizing the payment of these bills is also a way to protect yourself against unforeseen events. For example, instead of postponing rent or accumulating credit card debt, an efficient approach is to allocate a portion of the budget as soon as the payment hits the account. This care prevents that snowball effect, where small pending payments turn into big problems. Keeping fixed expenses consistently paid is a financial shield against surprises, ensuring that basic needs are always protected. Think of the great investors and successful entrepreneurs. Many of them have cultivated the habit of organizing essential commitments first before thinking about profits or expansion. This planning avoids headaches and creates space for more robust financial planning. It's not uncommon to see successful people talking about the importance of keeping bills organized and not overloading themselves with debt. The peace of mind of being up to date with your obligations opens doors to plan other moves, like investing. For those looking to save, it's also a chance to reflect on what really matters in the budget. By prioritizing essential expenses, you begin to see what is necessary spending and what is dispensable. This reflection is the first step in starting to draw up a budget that makes sense. And when bills are current, there is more freedom to direct resources to what really matters. It's the feeling of being in control, knowing exactly where the money is going. Focusing on basic expenses is one of the most effective strategies to avoid financial traps, like high interest rates and delinquency fees. With this organized foundation, it becomes easier to move on to other financial goals, like setting aside a monthly amount for investments. Thus, each financial step follows a structured and growing flow, where priorities always come first. This is the difference between successful planning and a disorganized attempt to manage finances. And once these expenses are covered, the next step is to give special attention to the regular monitoring of finances. By understanding exactly what comes in and out of the account each month, it becomes clearer how to move on to the next stage, taking care of investments and long-term goals. Track finances monthly. Tracking finances month by month is an essential practice for anyone who wants to understand their cash flow. Knowing how much comes in and how much goes out of the account is what differentiates a healthy budget from a financial imbalance. This organization starts with a simple spreadsheet or a financial app, where all income and expenses are recorded. The focus here is on the net salary, that is, how much is actually left after taxes and deductions. This is the starting point for establishing more effective control over the budget. When inflows and outflows become clear, it's possible to perceive patterns and even identify those leaks of money that go unnoticed. These are small but recurring expenses, like a daily coffee or a subscription to a rarely used service, which, when added up, represent a significant potential for savings. With this, control becomes active, not just reactive. This financial mapping allows you to organize the budget consciously, prioritizing essential expenses and investments while reducing or eliminating unnecessary spending. Another benefit of monitoring finances monthly is having a record that allows for comparison and adjustment of the budget according to life changes. For example, upon receiving a raise or taking on a new expense, you can recalculate how much is available to invest or save. Instead of getting lost in the numbers, monthly tracking provides clarity and security for financial decisions. Furthermore, it helps avoid the anxiety of month-end when the account balance seems to vanish without explanation. Maintaining financial tracking also brings a dose of discipline, which is essential for those focused on achieving bigger goals, such as investments or purchasing an asset. Organizing finances into clear categories, bills, investments, savings, and leisure, makes it easier to stick to limits and prevent money from spilling over from one area to another. It's as if each penny has its right place, contributing to a more organized and balanced financial life. A practical example: if someone organizes their budget monthly, they can decide to invest $500 every month, setting aside this amount right at the beginning. This practice helps consolidate wealth over time, even without being a millionaire. People who closely monitor their finances know exactly where their reserves are going and can make adjustments as needed, without sacrificing essential commitments or leisure. Now that finances are under control and well organized, it becomes easier to take the next step and set aside a specific amount for investments. This way, you start building a foundation for the future with the same care you put into organizing expenses and monitoring accounts. Set aside investment funds. Setting aside a monthly amount for investments is one of the smartest steps to build wealth over time. Defining a fixed amount, like the $500 monthly, and investing with discipline will ensure the path to financial security in the future. This amount should be kept separate in a specific account or platform to ensure that it truly fulfills the purpose of growing. Over time, this constant and planned effort yields results, and compound interest begins to work in your favor. Think of investing as a plant that needs to be watered regularly. Each month, by contributing a fixed amount, you are nurturing your financial future. A practical way to do this is to set up automatic transfers to an investment account. Thus, on payday, that amount is directed toward wealth growth before even thinking about other expenses. Many who have followed this path have stories of how a small initial amount was transformed into a significant value after a few years. Choosing the right investments is also part of this process. For beginners, index funds, ETFs, are a safe option, as they spread risk and track market growth. In the US market, options like the S&P 500 have offered consistent returns for patient investors. It is important, however, to adjust investments to your risk profile and long-term goals. Remember that, unlike saving money in a savings account, investments aim to multiply the amount in the medium to long term. Another advantage of setting aside these funds is that by putting money in a specific space, you avoid using it for unplanned expenses. This simple habit of keeping investment money in a separate account reinforces the idea that it is not part of the spent budget. Thus, it is protected from last-minute temptations, like that seemingly irresistible purchase that is, deep down, unnecessary. This also brings a sense of financial control, where each amount has a defined function. This monthly commitment to investments creates stability and prepares the ground for larger goals. After all, what is investment if not a way to transform the present into something even better in the future? By maintaining a constant contribution, you are equipping yourself with resources that go beyond money. You are accumulating time and interest in your favor. It's a game of patience, where each well-executed step brings the reward that only consistency can offer. With the investment routine established, it becomes easier to focus on specific goals, whether to buy a car, plan a trip, or even anticipate paying off a debt. Organizing these goals and seeing the investments grow is a source of motivation to continue this structured plan. Save for specific goals. Saving money with a clear purpose is like planting a seed and knowing exactly what you want to harvest. When you set aside an amount for specific goals, such as buying a car, taking a trip, or paying off a debt, the effort gains greater meaning. Defining a tangible goal makes the act of saving less abstract and more motivating. Instead of just saving money, you are investing in a personal project that will bring fulfillment and comfort in the future. And this clarity makes all the difference. Establishing a concrete plan for these goals, breaking the target into monthly installments, can make the process easier. If a dream trip costs $5,000, for example, dividing that amount into monthly contributions over 2 years makes it more accessible and less daunting. And, by visualizing progress month by month, it becomes easier to maintain discipline. After all, it's much more motivating to see a reserve growing towards something desired than simply accumulating money without a defined destination. This method also helps avoid impulsive financial decisions. By allocating resources for a specific goal, you create a commitment to yourself, a sort of personal contract. Thus, when the urge to buy something unnecessary arises, you will remember that every dollar spent now is a dollar less for that important goal. It's a way to reinforce financial discipline by respecting the established priorities. For those who are concerned about security and want to invest in their future, this is one of the best strategies. Saving for a specific purpose makes the budget more efficient as it avoids disorganized spending. Every cent directed toward a well-defined goal represents one step less toward uncertainties and one step more toward planned achievements. The vision for the future gains more consistency, and financial planning aligns better with personal needs and desires. And best of all, this planning for specific goals does not interfere with the money allocated for regular investments. These are distinct amounts, each with its function. The money saved for personal goals serves as a sort of reserve for dreams, while investments continue to grow with a focus on security and long-term return. This healthy division allows you to achieve accomplishments without compromising progress on investments. With clear goals outlined and the habit of saving consolidated, there's even room for small pleasures, knowing that planning is on track. This organized structure makes the act of investing and saving more enjoyable, as it allows finances to flow in an integrated manner and goals to be realized, while the next step, setting aside money for fun, gets closer. Allocate fun money. Setting aside a specific amount for fun is essential for a balanced and healthy financial life. When everything is in order, bills paid, investments secured, and specific goals underway, the moment to celebrate arises, and this is just as important as the act of saving itself. Having an amount set aside just for fun allows you to enjoy life's pleasures without guilt, as long as that spending is within the defined limit. After all, everyone deserves a reward for the effort they make to keep their finances in order. Establishing a budget for leisure is a way to enjoy life with freedom and awareness. Whether for a special outing, a nice dinner, or even a hobby you've always wanted to explore, this amount has already been planned and does not interfere with the rest of the budget. It's like a monthly gift to yourself, a way to recharge and maintain motivation for other financial commitments. Spending money in a planned way makes it a source of experiences and memories, not just expenses. A practical example, imagine you allocate $100 monthly for leisure. This amount can be used for various things, like going to the movies, dining out, or even buying a new game or book. This controlled approach prevents small expenses from accumulating and disrupting the budget's balance. It's a type of control that allows you to spend on what you enjoy without feeling like you're deviating from your plan. Having this limited freedom is, in fact, an act of self-compassion and care for your mental health. Setting aside money for fun also teaches the value of self-control. Instead of impulsively spending on high-cost items, like expensive watches or designer clothes, you allow yourself pleasures that are equally satisfying and, at the same time, fit within the budget. This balance between pleasure and financial responsibility prevents leisure from becoming a source of regret. It's the famous cost-benefit being put into practice in a personal and conscious way. Moreover, the practice of allocating an amount for leisure keeps the process of saving and investing lighter and more sustainable in the long run. Instead of feeling like you giving up everything for the future, you start to see that it's possible to enjoy the present while preparing for tomorrow. This balance makes financial planning more motivating, as it includes rewards along the way. Thus, the budget serves both future goals and immediate pleasure. With fun guaranteed and all financial commitments organized, it's clear that a well-structured financial life is not about giving up pleasures but about choosing how to enjoy them consciously. This lightness in everyday life makes the path to financial independence more enjoyable and motivating. Wizards, it's time to take control of your money and stop being a hostage to bills at the end of the month. With this routine, you can make your salary work for you, not the other way around. Want an extra boost to organize your finances and achieve the long-desired financial freedom? I've left a pinned comment with a tool that could be the game changer you've been missing. With it, you'll have a clear view of your spending and be able to plan your savings. A small investment now could be exactly what you need to transform your finances and bring that security you deserve. So, are you ready for this definitive step? Subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, and join me on this journey toward a free life.